Welcome to this Saturday edition of The Box Seat. I'm Mark Olmos, joined by Mark Warwood. Mark, we saw a procession from William Pike on Wednesday. Could well be the same again.
He had 4 winners on Wednesday. I've got him down to win 6 on Saturday, so the Wizard, he's the one to watch.
Yeah, she'll be very short in jockey challenge markets and the likes, but we're set for a really good day of racing. No black type racing this weekend, but some very competitive racing, big fields and good betting races. Mark, we'll have a quick look at the conditions before we get stuck into the races. We're expecting a sunny 32-degree day at Ascot with the rail out 3 metres and a few southwesterlies to kick in later on in the day from about 2 p.m. onwards, which will certainly suit the run on horses. Let's get things started with race number 1. It's the Get the Tab Touch plate over 1,000 metres, and it's for the 2-year-olds, Mark, so a lot of unraced types in this one.
Yes, the horse we're going to look at in replay is MASSAGI, winning a trial under William Pike at Larkhill.
By Monsar, and in turn out 3 wide on the course and starting to really let down nicely is Uncle Con. It's being ridden along percentage place, sneaking up behind runners, and they dropped off Stafford's Lad. MASSAGI with a kick at the 200 leads the way by a length and a half. Getting through to second is percentage place, finishing it off well. It's MASSAGI in front, holding them, and MASSAGI goes on to beat percentage play Uncle Con.
A nice trial there by MASSAGI. William Pike rode it on that occasion, and he stays on for race day, which is a very good push. Jumps from barrier 5, which looks ideal. The trial wasn't running any outstanding time, Mark, but just the way Pike controlled the race with the filly by Delago Deluxe underneath him, looked to have plenty more to give, and of course Delago Deluxe, a dual Group 1 winner in South Africa, so interesting to see how the stock go over here.
Yes, I like the fact that Pike sticks. A sibling of Gattin, who we'll see later in the card. As you said before, Delago Deluxe won 2 Group 1 sprints over in South Africa and has got stock on the ground.
Yes, and the 2-year-olds seem to be running very well for him as well. Number 9, Is That Right, was a black booker out of the trials on the 9th of January when beat Yendor by a nose. Jerry Noski rode on that occasion, tracked wide throughout the trial and just kept finding the line without too much urgency. So it was a really nice trial performance from barrier 2. We'll get a soft time of it. Half to Secret Mix, which we'll see later on in the day as well.
Yeah, 4 out of the 7 siblings that have raced have won, including Secret Mint, who is by the same sire.
We've also got in the race number 1, Frosty Beverage, well named, a son of Frost Giant. Recent trial was good, jumped and had to steady shortly after, but then found the line really nicely. All Square won the trial on that occasion, but there was a lot to like about the way he hit the line.
Yeah, 3 of the 5 siblings that have raced have won, but none of them have won below 1,300 metres. That has to be a concern in a 1,000-metre race.
I'm going with number 10 on top, MASSAGI from the Darren McAuliffe yard. The replay horse, a very nice trial, and looked to have a little bit left up the sleeve. From number 9, Is That Right? Number 7, Countess KINSKY, and the 1, Frosty Beverage.
The same exacta for me. Number 10, MASSAGI. From number 9, Is That Right? Number 1, Frosty Beverage. And number 6, Spangled Image.
Race number 2 on the program at Ascot is the Perth Racing Membership Maiden. It's a maiden over 1,200 metres for the 4-year-olds and up. One of these lucrative $30,000 maidens, Mark, and our replay horse hit the line very nicely last start.
Yes, Molly Clark was the rider that day at Pinjarra, finishing 3rd. William Pike will take over on the weekend.
Leading And So Am I, Streets of London out in the centre of the track. Clap of Thunder back on the rail, Foxinator. Faulty closer to the inside is looking for a run. Blue Houdini and Staunton from well back, but Dash is the leader by 2 over Streets of London. Blue Houdini and Staunton run on, but at a first start, Dash is bolted in. Dash from Streets of London.
Yes, Blue Houdini was the runner you just saw, hitting the line well from well back in the field. A smart one on that day. Dash, bit of a tongue twister for the caller there, as you may have heard, but really nice performance from that galloper who would have raced on Thursday at Bunbury. And look, this performance here was very good from back in the field. They ran along at a solid tempo. One thing I really like here is the booking of William Pike, barrier 4. Should have no excuses and be the one to beat, Mark.
Certainly agree with all of what you said there. Fastest last 200 last start out, and a Pike on board for Molly Clark. That's a positive.
Number 2, Faulty. Somewhat hard to believe that this galloper is still a maiden after 7 starts. Ran some nice races at Belmont during the middle of last year, and look, it comes out of that dash race as well. It was okay settling midfield. In a race like this, though, a little bit weaker, can certainly play a part.
Look, it's the full brother of a horse called Miss Somebody that won 2 races over 1,000 and 1,100 metres from 7 starts. So in this company, you have to expect that that's a pretty good pedigree.
We've also got number 7, an interesting runner, Mark, wearing the Hallowell colours there. Now trained by Lindsay Smith. Jared Noski takes the ride. had a whole bunch of issues last time out. On the 24th of July in an all-age maiden at Kalgoorlie, it was keen and wide from the 800 and pulled up with a laceration on one of its legs and an elevated heart rate. Hopefully it's turned it all around since then and it's come back a more mature mare.
Lindsay Smith is the trainer of this horse and will become the 4th trainer of this horse in 7 starts on Saturday. 2 siblings have yet to place. It's had 181 days off as well.
You've got to respect those colours as well. They always go around at a good price. Number 3 on top for me though, Blue Houdini, William Pike aboard from number 4, Must Get It. Number 1, And So Am I, and the 2, Faulty.
I'm number 3, Blue Houdini. From number 8, You Want Answers. Number 2, Faulty. And number 7, Miss Singapore.
Race number 3 on the card at Ascot is the Lavazza Handicap. It's over 1,500 metres. It's for the 3-year-olds. It's a $40,000 race, 56 plus event. And Mark, the replay horse, keeps putting in very good efforts, especially at the front of the field when leading.
Yes, it's General Husson. He was in a really hot race at Pinjarra last start. Let's have a look at how he went.
1.5 to Wrinkly, and then comes He's a Sure Thing, Nitro Bell, deeper out Lord Ludlow, and that's the Geo. Now the sweepers come with Gadding and Precious Memories. General Husson at the 200. 1.5 to Precious Memories, reeling it in. Gadding on the outside. Precious Memories goes up to General Husson, and also Gadding the 3 favourites. Precious Memories just last.
A very tough performance there from General Husson. Didn't get the win on that occasion, but did run within 1.3 lengths of Precious Memories. Of course, Gadding was in there for second as well. Gatting races later on in the day in an open age race of 1,800 metres. But, gee, he's come on leaps and bounds since moving to the Jeff Durant and Jason Milliard, this son of Husson. We give him a really good chance. If in barrier 8, he'll go to the front and be the one to catch.
Yeah, the form line out of that race is pretty strong. Precious Memories was the best maiden going around before it won at Pinjarra, and we all know that Gatting's a pretty good horse too. That's a really strong Pinjarra race.
Clint Johnston Porter takes off 2 kilos, which is an added bonus, only 56.5 kilos to carry. We've also got in the race, Fast as the Wind, in the Scenic Lodge colours. They, of course, had a very nice winner with Thunder Boom on Wednesday as well. This is another filly by Blackfriars on the up. Was really taken by the win last start at Bunbury when William Pike won by 3.5 lengths, beating Elliot Boy on that occasion. Bounded on jumping as well, so still has a fair bit of improvement to come.
Look, re-meets General Husson, who he ran against on debut. They actually meet worse at the weights here, Fast as a Win, but he was absolutely flying home that day. I would expect him to turn the tables here, and I think it's very significant that Pike takes the ride. Both out the same yard, you'd expect he probably had the choice.
Yeah, absolutely. A really good lead there. And number 5 as well, Persian Princess, an interesting run of the filly by Striker. Comes out of that Precious Memories race as well, where General Husson was in. Barrier 7 here, I expect to be midfield. Last start effort at Pinjarra was good. The start before that at Ascot was also good. Really like the effort 3 starts ago when beating the older horses, though. She did that as a 2-year-old as well when winning her maiden. And there has been talk about her potentially heading towards an Oak. So if she wants to go that way, she'll probably need to run a very good race here.
She gets a lot of weight here though, 57 kilos. She normally carries 54 or 55, never carried 57 in her entire career.
I'm going with the 8 on top, however. Number 8, Fast as the Wind, as we mentioned. William Pike elects this one over General Husson. From the 3, General Husson, 5, Persian Princess, and 1, Wrinkly. I'm
taking the lead off William Pike as well, rather than the weights and measures. So it's number 8, Fast as the Wind. From number 3, General Husson. Number 5, Persian Princess. And number 2, Verve de Vega.
Race number 4 at Ascot is the Heineken Handicap over 1,400 metres. It's a 66 plus a fair mark, and the replay horse we're going to have a look at. Nice start, last start winner.
Yes, it was on New Year's Eve, the horse's Point. Let's have a look at the replay.
Home on the outside, Point comes at it. Plain Vital's got up near the rail. Baraki beat struggling. Here comes Indy Pacific coming around their heels now, getting off the fence, and Romulo runs on as well. Indy Pacific comes at Point. They head Glory Land. It's Glory Land on the inside. Point, Indy Pacific went to the line. Oh, give it to Point.
A very nice performance there from Point, and a good ride from Glenn Smith, with William Pike electing to ride the other Cerise and White runner in Mello, who races later on in the day. Held off the fast finishing Indy Pacific on that occasion. Indy Pacific has since come out and run another very good race. From barrier 1, William Pike looks to box seat, and it'll be the one to run down, this son of High Chaparral.
Yeah, the form's been franked by Indy Pacific and Liberty Rising a number of races. Pike on board here. I think he made a mistake last start. He's made the change here, and he's the one to beat.
Number 4, Settlers Creek, just no luck in its recent runs. Even last start, finished second, only beaten a half head behind Red Publisher at Pinjarra. a 72 plus race, so a harder race, and it was wide on that occasion. He's just had no luck at his recent runs. You can see 4 seconds in a row. This might be his go, but 58 kilos I'm a little bit worried about, and from barrier 7 could get caught wide again.
His last 2 wins have both been over a mile. You have to go back to September 2014 for the last time he won over 1,400 metres, and he is a bit of a non-winner, it has to be said.
Yeah, he just needs a bit of luck, that son of Discourse, trained by Colin Webster. We've also got in the race the 3-year-old filly, number 11, Spangled Impact. Getting towards her best form last week on the quick backup from a 72 plus rating race. 1200 out to 1400 metres may suit. She's still a bit untested out to 1400 metres, but if she brings just a tinge of her 2-year-old form, she'll go very close to winning this.
I don't like the ratings out of any of her 3-year-old runs. I don't think she's gone forward.
Well, I've got the 6 on top, Point, the son of High Chaparral. William Pike rides here, ahead of number 4, Settlers Creek, number 7, Baraki Beats, and the 11, Spangled Impact.
I'm with number 6, that's Point, from number 2, Run Liam Run, number 4, Settlers Creek, and number 11, Spangled Impact.